I'm gonna be your star today.
Hablo español. Yo, I live in Argentina. Hablo poquito.
Where are you from?
Brazil.
Okay. So you're visiting here for your birthday?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 weeks. I was here, but I didn't know that it was so cool here. Oh, if I know I come here every day.
Every day?
Hi guys, welcome back to Melaninland. This is gonna be the second part of the Hooters video that we have been recording. I decided to break it down in 2 pieces because I didn't want to make like a very long video. But if this is the first one you're watching, hi there, welcome back to Melaninland, or So Dominican. Sorry, I just changed my name and I'm not used to it yet, so bear with me please. I changed the name to So Dominican. I'm gonna explain that later, like in another video, but that was just a way I can have a little bit of flavor when it comes to my culture, you know, and who I am, and you guys have an idea. So like I said, if this is the first video you see, this is the second part of the 2 videos that I'm gonna be making about Hooters. You can go ahead and check the link down below where you're gonna find the first part of the video. So just keep that in mind and let's rock and roll. I don't know what I say, that sounds so weird.
Let's rock and roll.
Alright guys, so this is gonna be in this part we're gonna be talking about the training process, the uniform, the image, how much money I make, and also why I quit Hooters. Yeah, I'm not working over there anymore, but Valerie is, you know. So let's explain you guys everything in a little bit, so no hold tight. We're gonna get to the tea in a little bit. So first thing first, you already applied, you already went to the interview, you got the job. Now what? Yeah, congratulations. Now what? Now you're gonna be going through the training process. During the training process, you're gonna be dealing with like your image, how you have to present yourself and stuff like that, learning the menu, taking your tests and stuff like that, getting certified with your alcohol license and stuff like that. That's a little brief explanation of everything that I'm gonna talk about, so let's get into it. The first thing that we're gonna be touching base on is gonna be the image. When it comes to the image, there's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind because people don't really understand that, and it's like a shock to their system once they get hired. So the first thing is gonna be the hair. Your hair has to be a natural color. You can have ombre, but it just cannot be crazy, like very blonde at the bottom and then dark roots, you know. That's gonna be too extreme, so they're not gonna allow you to have that. Now with the corporate, you can have you can put your hair in a ponytail, you can have braids, you can do cornrow, all of those good stuff. You can do it. Back in the days, they didn't allow you to do that. When it comes to franchise, you were allowed to have braids, cornrow, and all of those things, you know. But corporate, it took them a little bit longer to change those rules, so keep that in mind. If you don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to corporate and franchise, it's gonna be explaining on my first video, so make sure you go over there and check that out before you jump into this video, because otherwise you're just gonna be lost. And I don't want you to be lost, so and stop asking me questions like, oh my god, what is corporate and franchise? I'm telling you to go watch the older video. Like, don't make me yell at you. Thank you.
And even though you can have your hair in a ponytail, braids, and all different type of hairstyles, you always want to make sure it looks good. It's fresh. You don't want to have braids in for, you know, 3 months in your hair. You have like this much of new growth and your hair looks a mess. One, for basically, it doesn't make you look good. People are going to be like, my server's hair looks like a mess. And then 2, your manager probably will say something to you like, hey, your hair, you have 3 inches of new growth in your braids, you know, you gotta get ratchet. Your hair done. Yeah.
All right, so like she said, please don't be ratchet, keep it classy, because at the end of the day, I assure you that people that are gonna get the most money are the ones that spend time and money on their image. Because believe it or not, Hooters is all about image when it comes to like serving. Like, yeah, you have to be a good server, but your image is gonna be the thing that is gonna set you apart from the crowd, you know. You're gonna be the one that people are gonna be like, oh, I wanna be with the such and such, you know. So just keep that in mind. The second thing is gonna be the nails. When it comes to the nail, now with each one you can have any color you want, but you're not allowed to have any diamonds or crazy designs. Actually, corporate just incorporated this literally March 2020, and franchise have had this rule for a long time.
So your nails have to be plain, like a plain red color. I couldn't have red and white. I can't have any designs, just plain red color. And frankly, my nails are probably, they have grown out, you know, we're in quarantine, so I'm not able to get them done.
Yeah.
So, but they're probably too long.
Yeah, they're too long. Yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to talk about. You guys know Cardi B, right? So you cannot have the length she has. So forget about it. None of that. None of that.
Yeah, so if your nails are too long, they do image check at the beginning of your shift most of the times, and they will tell you like, hey, you gotta get your nails done. So it kind of sucks if you just spent, you know, so much money to go get your nails done, and you got rhinestones and they're super long, and then they tell you gotta take them off, and they will like, they might send you home, or the next week's schedule they may not put you on the schedule until you get your nails fixed. So just don't crazy,
play with your money.
because then you're not gonna be able to work.
But this is a point where, you know, if you're really crazy, because there's people that have passion for the nails. So if you're one of those people, just wear somewhere else. Hooters is not for you. Just keep that in mind. The next thing that I want to talk about is like tattoos in person. When it comes to your tattoos for franchise, if they're bigger than your palm size, you have to cover it. If you're working for corporate and the tattoos that you have are on your legs, you have to wear 2 pantyhose. But if they're showing in any part of your skin that is visible, you have to cover it. When it comes to the piercing, you are not allowed to have any piercing visible at all costs. None of that. None of that.
Eyebrows. You can only have piercings on your ears technically.
Yeah, technically.
And even if you have like piercings all over your ear, I think the rule is like
two of them. And that's the next point. The next point is gonna be jewelry. They allow you to have 2 simple ones like this one, the ones I have. 2 simple ones, that's okay. They just apply the rule to March 2020 for corporate, but for franchise you were able to have these 2 simple ones. Nothing like, you know, the one that crossed your ear, none of that. And the earrings have to be, if you have like simple ones, they cannot be bigger than a dime. So just keep that in mind.
So no hoops, no dangles, none of that. No.
When it comes to jewelry, you cannot wear something like this for corporate. They don't allow you to have any necklace. But for franchise, you're allowed to wear something like this, simple like that. Nothing that hands, that, you know, just sometimes you have to go lean forward, and then, you know, you don't want to put that on your foot or whatever. So just keep that in mind.
And I have an Apple Watch on. You cannot wear an Apple Watch. You cannot have bracelets. You cannot have rings except if it is your engagement slash wedding ring. And
you don't want to have that. You may lose a good tip for that, okay? So you're literally entertaining, okay? I know you love your husband. I'm not saying that you're gonna sleep with anybody, but sometimes you have to put on a character so that way you can make your money. So I would advise you to not wear it, because it can even get dirty with sauce. Like, no. And then when it comes to the bras, they do have a rule. If you don't be like me, you know, have a black one. So black ones are just allowed with the black uniform, and then white and nude bras are allowed with this type of uniform, the traditional white one. And now we're gonna get into the uniform by itself. When it comes to the uniform, the first thing that you're gonna hear about is the pantyhose. The pantyhose, you have to buy them. You know, sometimes it does depend the quality that your company has. I always have seen that franchise have the best quality that I have ever seen. They're very thick, they last you for a longer time. But corporate, oh lord. Big booty girls, oh lord, you'll be paying like $5 a shift for pantyhose. The good thing is that you can claim it on your tax return, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, there's actually a machine in the back, and you have to put a $5 bill in there. And yeah, pantyhose are $5. I'm not gonna lie, I probably bought one. I should have bought one probably every week, but I would wear those rips until a manager told me I had to change them, because
don't do
$5.
That. Don't do that, especially when you're new. Don't do that. Your pantyhose cannot be ripped.
No.
But if you're like, I have got away with it, like for example, like
if it's a small one, or I'll switch it.
I would switch it like to my inner thighs, so that way like they cannot see it, because $5 a shift, no. So, you know, we're just being kind of like bad girls in that aspect. We're not supposed to tell you that, but just, you know, go by the rules, especially when you're new. You don't want, you know, nobody to be yelling on your ear. It's not that they're gonna yell, but you don't want to be hearing, take your pantyhose, you know, when you're all set, you know, you don't want to sweat putting new pantyhose on or all of that. Especially big booty girls, that's a struggle. Oh Lord. Now the next thing is gonna be the pouch. You will need to have 2 pouches, the black one and the brown one. You do have to buy them yourself, just like the pantyhose, but they're not super expensive. Valerie just told me that they're like, well,
they're $2.50. And they last. They're not like the pantyhose. I still have the first pouch that I have.
Literally, you can just wash them and keep reusing them. You just buy them one time and that's it. But if you are like me, you've been working for literally, I don't know, so many Hooters, you got my collection of them. Actually, I can sell them to you. No, I'm just kidding. And then with the shirt, you can do tank top and V-necks. But with the franchise, you can have tank top, V-necks, and long sleeve. The long sleeve, they allow you to wear them during the winter. I don't know if that was just because I work in New York City, but in Florida, when I left Hooters, which was March 2020, they were about like they ordered them and they were waiting for them to get to the store, because they just apply that rule because they want to give the opportunity of girls that do have tattoos, visible tattoo, like a whole sleeve. They have the profile, but they cannot work because of that sleeve that they have on them, you know. So just keep that in mind. That's something that maybe by now you guys will have it, or after quarantine, you know, you will have it. And that way, like, if you have tattoos, that will be a great thing for you if you want to work for the company, but you having like kind of like holding yourself back because of that. Yeah, that's literally it. And now the pants, that's the last point. When it comes to the pants, you have to be able to fit on them, right? The sizes that they have is 2 extra small all the way to medium. I usually wear extra small to a small. You guys already know my size, like for example with Fashion Nova, and a 5. If I want something like boyfriend pants, it will be a 7. That's me, an extra small. Of course, extra small runs a little bit bigger than the normal things, so just keep that in mind. That's why you always have to fit into the uniform. That's why they are always so particular when it comes to the size that the girls have.
A lot of people don't know that the biggest size in the shirt is a small.
It's a small.
It's XXX, XX, extra small, and small. So
this is a small.
I'm wearing a small too.
Yeah, you see how my titties are like little push up? I think they mean to do that so that way your titties look better. They cannot be, if they're too loose, like, you know, my titties will go down. But they want you to. So yeah. And the pants cannot be too loose, and it cannot be too tight either. And don't do that all the way high pants. Don't do that. I know you want your booty to show so you can make that extra tip, but don't do that, because somebody's gonna call you on that and tell you to fix that, or give you a bigger pants like me. Like, I keep gaining weight in freaking New York, and they will give me a pair of pants every shift I work. I was like, let me leave, okay? So no, none of that. All right, and now we're gonna talk about training. During your training, you will get to learn the food and the beverage menu. You will be tested at the end of your training when it comes to all the things that they teach you. The training lasts around 5 days. And if you're struggling with anything, ask anyone. I know we may look mean, but it's just a character. We're not like that. Like, especially me, like, I may have a bad bitch face, but I'm literally like, I'm so ready to help someone, you know? So, yeah. So most likely also you will need to obtain an alcohol and food handling certification. You gotta pay those on your own, but they're not super expensive. They usually have like a coupon, a code that will bring everything to like $12 to $10. It's not super expensive, you know, and that will last you for like 2, 3, 5 years. For example, my TIP certification is still going on, and I got that 2017, and I have like 1 year left. So it's something that you pay once, and if you go to any other job, you can use the same thing. Yeah, let me see, sorry, my notes, you know. I just want to cover everything.
And then you get tested on the menu.
Yeah, you
get tested on the whole like liquors and the beer.
The beer is hard.
It's hard.
Because you need to know every liquor we have. You need to know any beers we have. My advice is to break it down: IPA, lagers, you know, import
Craft.
beers, craft. So that way it's easier for you. If you have worked in the business, it will be easier for you because you know, like, you know, what are the domestic one: Bud Light, Budweiser, Coors Light, Michelob, and stuff like that. And then, you know, of course, like when you think about Mexico, what do you think? Corona. And that way it's easier for you. It will always like focus more on the lager and IPA. So that's harder because not everybody drinks those type of beer.
And then the beer test was a little bit harder for me because I do not drink beer, but the liquor test for some people may be easier because they'll have like vodka, and then you'll have 9 slots and you have to put like Tito's.
Yeah.
And then they may have like another section where it's like rum, and then you have to put all the rum.
Yeah.
So that might be a little bit easier. It was a little bit easier for me because I kind of knew what it was because I drink liquor but I don't drink beer, so there were some beers I had never heard of.
Yeah.
So those are a little bit harder to remember.
Yeah. So it's you know, as long as you dedicate your time to that, because they give you 5 days and you're literally like, sometimes they even let you go home earlier so that way you can study, because you know that's the harder thing, but you actually need to remember it, because especially with corporate you have so many liquor, alcoholic beverages that you have to remember what type of liquor they have. And people do ask you, they'll be like, oh, what type of vodka is this? Oh, you know, Eddie Gringo, Eddie what, you know, Eddie have grapefruit, got so many, you know, you have to think about all the things. And you don't want to sound like, you know, you don't want to sound like that, because people are going to be like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about, $5 less to her tip. No, you know, you just want to be prepared. And at the end of the day, like, liquor is liquor. Anywhere you go, you're gonna hear Hennessy, don't you? There you go. So just keep that in mind.
And even with the girls, like, you don't want someone to say, oh, they ordered gin and tonic, like, how do I put it in? Or they ordered vodka and soda, and then now it's like, okay, like,
yeah, it's so simple.
It's so simple.
It's so
now
simple.
you can kind of tell, like, so you didn't study, like, you don't know your stuff, like, you need to be back in training.
Or for example, like, there's some situations where they be like, oh, I want a gin and soda. If people don't specify, most likely you're gonna go to the
computer.
No, when they say the house liquor, like, that has a name.
Well.
The well. Yeah, you're gonna go to the well, and then if you don't know what your well is, you're gonna be lost. You need to know which one is your well of each one, at least.
Yeah, and you don't want to stop another girl, especially on a busy day.
I'll be the first one be like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
And if I'm busy, I'm busy. Like, you're supposed to know that. And it's not me that I want to be rude.
Annoying. I'm not gonna lie, when you're really
annoying.
busy and somebody, and you've had it because they didn't study, or they cheated on their test, or they don't know their stuff, asking you a very simple question.
Like,
it's like,
baby girl,
I've had people ask me complex questions where I'm like, okay, let me help you, because I don't even know.
There's things that, yeah, they're tricky. I get it. If they're tricky, I get it. But like, you know who? There's some girls like, I don't even want to say her name, but I'm like, baby girl, like, where's your mind? It's just common sense. But anyways, I don't want to trash any girls here. But now we're gonna get into the fact that, okay, you passed your test, you already went through your training, you know everything. Now you get to the floor. When you get to the floor, you need to keep in mind that you're gonna have 2 table section. That's kind of like a common thing. Every restaurant you work at, they're gonna give you 2 table section, so that way they know how you do. If they get any complaints, how you do, you know, and see how you know, make you test the water. So after that, you will have your full section. With corporate, the most table I had was like a 4 section table or 5. But with franchise, yes, I got literally like 6-7 tables. It depends. I think it was because I work in New York, so it's so busy that you have to bust your ass. And it's like big tables, like 6 top and like stuff like that. So after that, you're gonna get to learn the customers. When it comes to customer at Hooters, they're very particular. They not, you know, every restaurant, every place, every business attract a similar type of people, you know, a similar type of crowd, and you can help that. So when it comes to Hooters, of course, you're gonna get, you know, the weirdos, you know, the person that have never seen titties, and now they'll be like, you know. You can go all the way from there to like the nice family from Germany that are in the state in vacation, you know, super nice, give you a really nice tip. And you get the weirdos on the other side, which wanna be, you know, looking down at your titties, which is very awkward, and they literally wanna be on your table for hours talking to you and give you $10. What's that? What's your matters? No. So of course, I'm pretty sure you guys are more interested about like the weirdos, the experience that I have had, which are a lot, but we get a little bit of everything. Overall, we get a little bit of everything, but we do have weirdos that we do have stories that are very particular. Like for example, just to give you a brief overview, like I have had people reach me out on Facebook. I don't know how the heck they get my name. I know my Alondra, yes, but Alondra, like that's all you get. I don't have my last name on my name tag, you know? And they reach me out, they be like, oh, this and that, I wanna take you out. What tells you that I wanna go out with you? Don't get it twisted just because I gave you a great service. I never give you a sign that I wanted to go out with you. So stop it. That's like going above and beyond when it comes to being a weirdo. Another thing that I have seen is like people always like they want to give me their numbers, like, oh, here you go.
Oh,
you know, all the time I always have a collection of phone numbers literally on my
ticket on my tip slip.
Yeah, literally on my pouch. Another thing is like I have seen like one time one guy tried to kiss my coworker. He got kicked out because like who does that? And then another girl, like I saw a girl that she put blue cheese all over my friend's table. She was pissed. I don't remember what was the situation, but she put blue cheese all over. That's a petty move. But you know, you gotta be able to deal with stuff like that, you know. Like I think just because people know that they work at Hooters, they kind of don't owe you respect, and they think, oh, she's just someone earning easy money. It's not easy money. You're being a server, you're doing the job you have to do. Yes, you're pretty, yeah, that's another thing. Females, if you're insecure about yourself, don't go to Hooters. Don't go to Hooters, because then you're gonna be my face with my fine ass, my Dominican accent, sexy as fuck, and they'll be like, oh, I hate that bitch. Why you hate me? You hate me because you're insecure with yourself.
With your man.
Don't do that.
If you are insecure, if you're gonna be like,
don't do that.
Why are you looking at the waiter?
Because you know damn right he's gonna be looking at my ass. Okay? So just keep that in mind. It's so annoying. Cut it off. Don't do it. I'm just doing my job.
You can see the vibe.
You can feel the vibe. It's so awkward.
And the girl's just like,
it's so awkward. I had that situation so many times. It's so awkward. Don't do it. I don't want to be in that situation. All I do it is my job. Everybody, most people know what Hooters is about. Don't tell me you didn't know, because the chances of that you didn't know anything about Hooters are very slim. Okay, so don't put me in that situation, because I don't want to deal with that. You know, I don't want you to get any sign that you need to beat me up. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Overall, when it comes to everything, like, you just gotta work on your character and like push through and deal with it. Most likely the money is gonna console you. People don't pay your bills. Most likely you're not gonna see those people anymore, hopefully. And yeah, just
and what I would say with training is that I had a great trainer when I worked at Hooters. I was blessed. I had a great trainer. My first serving job, she made me feel so comfortable. But some people don't get that experience. Some people don't get good trainers. And my best advice to anybody who's working at Hooters, whether it's corporate or franchise, know all the types of wings that you have at your location. Know all the wing sauces and the wing counts. If they come in 10, if they come in 15. Know how many blue cheeses come with each count or ranch. And know the sides, like the curly fries, the sides that you guys have. And then a few sandwiches and maybe like a few liquor drinks starting off, like your first week. But the wings are important, and then like a few, because that's what most, I would say like 80% of people who come to Hooters, like if you have a table of 4 people, like more than likely 3 of them are gonna get wings. Like they're gonna get some type of wings, and
they want to share, and they're like, oh, how can I split them? And you can tell them, oh, I want 30, but you don't have a 30 count. You can tell them, oh, we have 15. You can do 15 and 15. Even if you want to do, you know, naked and then breaded, you can, you know, mix it up like that.
Because our location corporate, we have breaded, we have naked. Our original wings are breaded. I think that's pretty much at franchise too. So you want to make sure when they say, oh, I want the original Hooters wings, do you want them breaded or do you want them naked?
Clarify.
Yes.
They'll be like, oh, I didn't got them. Like, ma'am, I ask you.
We have bacon wrapped, we have smoked, and they're gonna ask you.
Yeah, like, that's with us, with corporate franchise. They just have, you know, plain breaded, plain naked, boneless, and that's it.
So you just want to specify, because some people say, oh, I want 20 wings. well, what type of wings do you want? Like, do you want this? So I would just say know your wings and know your sauces, and you'll get by very, very far. Because I know some people who still work for Hooters for a while and they don't even know. They don't know, like, they'll be like 30 wings. We don't have 30, or
get creative.
Yeah,
it's more money for your pocket, and your tip is gonna go up. Now that we got all that covered, by the way, if you guys have any questions, just ask us down below. I would be happy to answer them. I have so many experience. I don't think there's anything I don't know about Hooters at this point. Like, I'm so ready to be a manager, but nah, thank you very much. So now we're gonna get to the part that everybody loves, the money. Yay, go with the money, go with the money. So with the money, it's just gonna depend where you're working. You gotta target your geography, where you're working, what type of crowd you get. Do you get Spanish people? Do you get black people? You get white people? It just depends where you're located. Are you located in the hood? Are you located in a high, very classy, expensive, expensive area to live? It just depends. You have to target your own geography, and that's something that I always did. Every time I work for any place at Hooters, but the first spot that I work at, I always analyze my geography, what type of crowd you get, so that way you get a vibe of how busy you may be or how much money you may make.
Because you may live in an area where there's 4 Hooters in your district, so you may want to analyze, like you said, the geography to know which one, which is what I did personally, which one do I think would make the most money.
Here in Orlando, where I work at, that's not where you make the most money. But I have here the one by the airport is where you make bands. But I heard like Carines is God level. So you gotta choose your battles in life. So when it comes to the money, that what I said, like for example, when I started working at Hooters back in 2017, I started working in Tampa Bay area. Florida, sorry. Tampa Bay area, Florida. And over there, I started working as a to-go girl. As a to-go girl, you don't really get to make any money, but I witnessed how much money the girls made. And girls, like for example, during the day shift in that location, which is a franchise location, they made from $80 to $150 in the morning, and nighttime they make from $120 to $300, which is really good to be living in Florida. But it's so busy, and like the things you see are crazy, because in that town literally everybody got money. So literally everybody got money. Black people got money, white people got money. You cannot front on me because I got money, So it's just like, I'm like, okay, all right.
And generally, just a side note, you're gonna make more money at night than you make in the morning. I know a lot of girls will like pick up morning shifts. Oh, I didn't make as much as I make at night.
Of course.
A morning shift is, Hooters usually opens some locations 10, 11, 12. So your morning shift will be maybe 11 to 4. Who's going to get wings at 2, 3 o'clock? And so a lot of people come to watch games and stuff. So the only time the morning is jumping is during football, Sunday football, because there's football in the morning. But at night, that's when the sports are. So generally, just saying, if you work for Hooters,
most likely, sorry that I interrupted.
No, you're good.
People are most likely to drink alcohol nighttime too. Most likely that's when they want to get tipsy or whatever. Exactly. And like daytime, most likely you will get people that are like working nearby and they want a meal real quick and whatever. You may get like a $500. Shit, I wish. $5 tip from each table you got, getting just a simple meal. But you gotta choose your bottles. You get late, you get out late sometimes. Sometimes people don't like that. It just depends.
So that's just a little heads up for girls who are just trying to work at Hooters and they have a morning shift. Don't expect to make as much money as you make in the morning than you do at night, because like she said, the alcohol, people just coming in to get a quick meal, people want to watch the games at night. So generally you're gonna make more money during the nighttime.
All right, so that's Tampa Bay. Then I transferred myself to New York, and that's when everything got better. Oh my god, I was making bands because I was working, if you ever been to New York, in between 33rd Street and 7th Avenue, if I'm not mistaken, that's where I used to work, right in front of Madison Square Garden, like literally Madison Square Garden. So I will make over there, during the daytime, I will make from $90 to all the way to $200 in the mornings. And nighttime, I will make from $150 to $350. Nighttime. Oh my god, I will not ever forget how many times I left that job with that smile on my face. Yes, I may leave at 2 a.m. Yes, I may leave at 1:50, 3 a.m. I don't care. I jump on my train happy as fuck. The bum next to me is doing the most. I don't care. I got money, you know? So it was just like I was making a lot of money. That's what I was able to pay my fucking surgery, you know? But then I freaking moved to Florida and I was like, what the fuck happened, bro? Like I here in Florida, like she's rough. This is rough. Like when I came back, I have to quit over there because they're not franchise. Here, all of them in Orlando, they're corporate. So literally when I got hired here, it was in the Orlando area. Yes, we are nearby to Disney, but I was hoping that I would make literally like at least $100 a shift. But man, the struggle is rough. But here you will make literally from $40 to $120 during the morning, and nighttime you will make from $60 to $150. But that $150, that was rare. Okay, and you'll be happy anytime you made that $150, which is crazy, like comparing with the amount of money I made in New York, which is understandable, you know, but still, like, what the fuck.
And it's also about the days and the seasons. I used to work, my schedule was every Thursday and Saturday. I always made more money on Saturdays than I did on Thursdays because Saturday is more of a busier day. And also, when I first started working at Hooters, May of 2019, over the summer, so that was basically the only and first summer I worked at Hooters, because obviously we're in quarantine right now. I was making a lot of money. I was leaving like $200, and I used to always pick the party sections where you would get gratuity. Gratuity is when you have a party of 8 or more and they automatically put the 18% onto the bill. So some locations do that, some locations don't do that, so that's another thing you can look into too. But our location did do that. So if you had a $200, if you have a party of 10, their bill is $200, you're automatically getting $40, plus if they tip you on top of that too, which they would do sometimes. So I was making like over 200 a day. And then obviously, you know, wintertime, it's just different seasons. Like when the hurricane hit, we were dead. Dead for like a month. During different seasons, we'll be super dead. So it's all about the seasons too, and like the days of the week that you also decide to work.
You gotta think a lot about the seasons because that play a big role. When I work in New York, we were very known for summers to be really bad, because at that location where I work, they didn't have a patio, they didn't have a rooftop or anything. And in New York, when summertime, it's hot. People want to be out and about, people want to be in the sun, you know, and stuff like that. So because of that, we were super dead. Also, we didn't have any sports on or anything like that. So summer would be hard in New York, but in Florida it will be popping, because if you think about it, Florida is a state where people are everything is well known for having, like, you know, as the sunshine state literally. You know, there's a lot of beaches around and stuff like that. Kids are out of the school, also like having Disneyland right there nearby Orlando, like literally on Orlando, sorry. It plays a big important fact, because people are gonna come to Disney to bring their kids that are on vacation from school, and because of that we will have a higher traffic than other places. So yeah, you gotta really keep that in mind. You can make money, but you just have to, like, you know, be able to figure it out. And now the last point is gonna be why I quit Hooters. Like, I have no bad blood when it comes to the company, anything at all. I just feel like I learned too much, and by this point I know so much that it's boring to me. I need stuff exciting all the time in my life, and I was ready to the next thing that is gonna teach me something else. So I decided to literally leave the company because I just felt like I was done with it, you know. Like, I've been working for 2.5 years. I feel like my time was, you know, over there, and I just left peacefully, and that's it. Valerie's still working over there, so yeah.
I'm still working over there. They're flexible, they work with my schedule. I go to school full-time. I have a completely other job there where I'm a manager there, and I work there full-time. So yeah, I'll still work for Hooters. they work with my schedule. Like I said, there's pros and there's cons to it, but
Yeah.
you just have to make the most of the situation.
Exactly. It's up to you to decide if you want to work for the company or not. I'm gonna leave that to you. Let us know anything down below of what you think about this type of video. Any questions you have, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and let your friend know about like this type of things, because this needs to be said and you really need to know what you're getting into before you apply, because I know there's so many things I didn't know, and it was a shock to my system when I found out about that. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time. I know this have been long, but I don't want to make it longer, so I appreciate you. I love you guys. A lot of kisses, and I catch you on the next one. Bye.